What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Wild Card Podcast. This is episode 4. Hey, and we're doing a good
Dude.
pace going on right now.
Bro, we've been doing
We've been
well.
rocking. Well, you know who it is. It's your boy Keith Wilder here, your host, your founder, the one keeping it rocking.
And it is your boy Ace Boogie, also known as Anthony Albino. You know.
Okay. These intros are getting a little smooth. And bro,
I know.
I feel like apart from us being like a pretty fi duo, we got another pretty fi duo in here. We do.
This is like a real duo.
This is a real one. So hopefully the real competition matches because
we'll see.
our winning track.
Yes,
still
we have been winning. We have been winning.
Man, so let me tell y'all who we got in the building to my right. He's from the Wild West and now all the way from the soulful East. He has been a creative force that you cannot ignore. What started as studio sessions has turned into sold-out arenas, national TV screens, viral music videos, and stages that have shocked the world with so much energy. I'm telling you, this man is for real. This isn't just dance. This man moves with storytelling motion. You've seen him on TV like, Stranger Things on Netflix. He's been rocking screens on Fox with Welcome to Flatch. Did I say it right? Welcome to Flatch. And tearing it up on halftime courts with the NBA ATL Hawks. Yeah. And that's not the only sport that he's been touching. Look, baseball, the man is taking over as well, okay? He's been rocking it.
Yeah.
My phone locked. Here we go. But it doesn't stop there. In the last few years, this man has locked in with his moves with so much training under legends. I'm talking Yaya. I'm talking crump popping animations with Yaya. It doesn't get any more real and grimy with that, okay? I'm talking working with Lisette. I'm talking about working with people all the way from the monsters industry. This man is for real, and he's here in ATL to continue his growth and his training. Please help me bring in my little bro, Lucas! How's it going, Brody?
It is going. I'm so happy to be here.
It is going. Hey, look, It's been a pleasure to have not you in dance rooms with me where I get to share the energy in the space, but also in this room where we get to chat and just talk it out, man.
Yeah,
right. First off, as seen on Stranger Things, thanks to who?
Oh, whatever. We don't gotta talk
thanks to who?
We ain't gotta talk about that.
Thanks to who?
I just be putting my friends in great positions.
Thanks to who?
Else.
Get you a friend like Keith.
Man, whatever.
Hey, bro. Like Keith.
Hey.
Who's the fourth person at this table, bro?
Hey, this dude right here.
This dude right here?
My boy.
Come on now.
This guy, straight out of Raleigh, North Carolina, he hit the scene early. Training in commercial dance since the age of 8 years old. With hip-hop as his foundation and the competitive studio grind as his proving ground. From day one, he was more than just a dancer. He was a creator in movement.
Come on now.
This guy. He's brought the heat to television sets, major stages, national festivals, and music videos, including credits like Fox's Welcome to the Flash.
What?
El Fetcho with Copa America.
What?
Mike Teasy's viral drops.
Oof.
Hey, whether it's center stage or behind the scenes, Daniel delivers with presence and power. At just 18 years old. 18!
1-8.
This guy's young.
10 plus 8.
He made the bold move to Atlanta, chasing growth and creative evolution. Since then, he's trained with industry titans like Marley Hightower, Robert Greene, and Amari Marshall, pushing his style and skill to new levels. And he's not just performing. He's choreographing, teaching, and mentoring the next generation, like the Brooklyn Nets Kids Dance Team and Boss Kids NYC.
Come on now.
His impact is national, and it's growing really, really fast. Now, with passion in his chest, vision in his steps, he's just getting started. Atlanta's his canvas, and movement is his language. Get ready to see what's next with the boy, Daniel Heim!
Yo,
I'm telling you,
Listen, bro. We gonna bring y'all in with it.
I'm telling you.
That got me ready.
Yes.
Again, bro. I'm so happy.
What a great time. What a great time.
because not only do I love y'all individually as men, as creatives, as dancers, as just what y'all stand just as your individualism. I love y'all as a pair as well. The support and the brotherhood y'all have for each other since day one to where we're at now is beyond unmatched.
Hey, 100%.
Like,
Dynamic duo.
Yeah.
That doesn't even touch the surface of what y'all at, man. Like,
Right.
I'm telling you, I'm in awe of the camaraderie that y'all have. I think right now in this day and age, that's something that I want to say it's a dying art, but it's something I would love for us to have on the forefront a little bit more. You know, and I think y'all definitely show that more than anything, really. So
Sure.
I'm glad to have y'all here.
Let's do it.
I hope y'all can play some Uno, bro.
Oh man.
Hey,
When's the last time y'all played?
That's what I'm saying.
When was the last time y'all played Uno?
We
Man,
frequent the Uno.
Yeah, we be getting into some Uno. I'm not gonna lie.
We have multiple sizes of Uno at home.
We do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We got the mini cards.
We got the mini cards.
We got
Mini cards?
We got the
We
mini
got
cards.
variety.
Oh, really?
We got
We got-
variety.
This might be an episode of worth
I think we
watching.
only
I
have the
think
mini
the
cards.
competition might be here. Well, Ant, you ready to serve these cards up, Brody?
Let me do it.
Do it.
All right. Well,
Not just Uno.
let's get into some Uno card rules. You know, some house rules, just so we make sure everyone's on the same page here.
Definitely need that.
Okay. First things first, let's talk about stacking. You can stack draw twos. So Lucas, you got to draw two. If I got it, I can play it on top. Daniel, if you got to draw two, you can put it on top. If not,
One of you.
that's 4 cards you gotta draw. But yep, if you got one, it moves on to Ant, so on and so forth.
I see.
Another one we can stack is numbers. So if I have 3 5s, all the same color, all different colors, I can put all those 5s down. But they gotta be the same number, not just the same color you can stack.
Okay.
I think that's the only thing with stacking. We don't stack draw 4s.
Good.
Yeah, it'd be a little chaotic if that was the case.
Yeah, no.
Um,
I'm not trying to be
Uno
here
mayhem.
all day pulling
and then
cards.
there's some like special cards that we'll go over as they come out that are just catered to this game.
Nice.
But
Right.
yeah, man,
I'm
I'm
excited.
excited. Ooh, we about to rock.
We're going down.
I don't know about
Dude,
that.
I'm telling you, I've never been like a solid winner in Uno. It's just never been in my chances. But
Come
since
on
I
now.
started this podcast,
Come
dog,
on now.
it has been
Luck has been
Hey,
changing.
moving.
We've
Well,
been rocking.
That streak's about to end today, my man.
Dude,
well,
yellow
that's-
one to start, bro. That's a good
That's
one.
my
All right,
favorite number.
Lucas, we're
That
gonna
is a
start
good one.
with you,
I
man.
gotta organize.
Lucas, let's talk about your start of your dance journey.
Yeah.
To what brought you to Atlanta? Like,
To
what
Atlanta?
was the conversation, but also what was the journey that got us here?
So I actually, growing up, I was very, very lucky that my dad was huge on me discovering my passion.
Hmm.
So when I was young, I tried everything to figure out what I was passionate
I
about.
love that.
And I was very grateful to have parents who were able to support me through that.
Yeah.
But I tried, like, I was in soccer, basketball, I wrestled, I played golf, I played the saxophone,
Gee.
I played the tuba,
Oh,
I piano, acting, improv, literally so much stuff that did not stick.
This is before
Yeah.
dance.
This is before dance.
Got you.
So much stuff that did not stick. I figured I wasn't a competitive person because I would only like to compete if I was really, really good in one. I would get so like territorial
yeah.
over
That's
not
real, though. That's real.
over not being good about something. And I grew up fat and ugly, so I was typically bad at pretty much everything.
Oh my god.
We'll insert a
Truth is
picture.
coming out.
We'll insert a
I'm here
picture.
for it.
But one day I was watching. I forget. We got to play as this goes too.
Yes,
Um,
but it's slow pace. Like you don't know,
yeah,
don't trip
I like
on it.
it.
I'm gonna spice it up a little bit as I tell the story. I'm
Okay.
gonna start it off with one of those.
All
I'm gonna start it off with one of those.
All right, cool. We're gonna talk about that, but go ahead and keep going.
Okay. We will talk. So one day I was actually just watching the movie Happy Feet, about the tap dancing penguin,
Yes.
No way.
Shout out to Penguins, man.
which just like, go ahead and watch that now. That is just such a beautiful
It is.
The
message.
fact
It
that
is.
Happy Feet
about-
is a part of your origin story is amazing.
It is the
No, it's facts.
But
though.
it is just all about like embracing what you are unique and special at,
Mm.
which just like thinking about the whole grand scheme of things, like having that be my start into something where you need to really focus on like what makes you unique is like crazy and symbolic.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I watched Happy Feet, and it was a tap dancing penguin. So the next day at recess, I was messing around with my friend, and we were having a dance party, and I was doing the tap dancing moves.
Dance party too.
And he said, "You're a pretty good dancer." And I was like, "Damn right." And then that very night, I asked my mom for lessons, and then we found CC&Co, the studio, and then I've been there ever since.
Wow.
And then, yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll get into how we met later.
Yeah.
It's coming.
So
It's coming.
But yeah.
now with connecting the dots.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of tap?
I actually never tap danced until very much later in my career. Like I tap danced for a year in COVID.
So it went
which is
from
crazy.
the Happy Feet movie.
Yeah.
To watching this penguin tap dance. So you tap dancing in this
Oh,
party
my
at
bad.
recess.
I
So
don't-
you not
That's how you
actually
do
tapping
dance,
until
I
years
don't. I don't
later.
think I registered that it was tap dance
Yeah.
I
until
got you.
much later in my life.
Got you. It was just a
Because
movement
I was
of
just
it.
like,
ooh, footwork,
Yeah.
crazy.
Footwork, yeah. Chicago type shit, you know.
Right.
I got
But
you.
much worse. But yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did hit me with the draw too. So
I did.
I'm gonna have to pick those two up.
Thank
But-
God you don't.
But
have that.
however, you did trigger our draw two questions.
Oh.
So Daniel, before we get into your story, we got a question for you, Lucas.
Okay.
Now our draw twos are this and that. You know,
Yes.
so it's more like a comparison of the two.
Okay.
Would love for you to go in depth if you want, or if it's just simply I just like this one better, that works too.
We will see.
Freestyle or combo?
Ooh. This changes every single day.
I love
This
that.
changes
okay.
every single day.
But today where we're at.
Recently, freestyle
Okay.
every day because of genuine connection that I feel like is lost sometimes with choreo.
Ooh.
There is just something about freestyling with certain people, or like with people who are just there to vibe,
Yeah.
and love, and connect, and share, that is a feeling that I never have gotten in a choreography class.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Coming from someone who, I wouldn't say this scared is the word, but timid to
Mhm.
jump into like freestyle sessions.
Yeah.
What is your vibe, your mentality, your headspace going into a freestyle session that is different than the choreo classes? You know, that's like the
That's a good
freeness
question.
of it. Like, what is it for you?
Yeah. I think I allow myself a lot more freedom to explore. I, up until literally months ago, I swear, I was in the exact same place with freestyle.
Okay.
I still, to this day, there's a circle going on. I have to force myself to jump in there. But as soon as I do, I feel that love. I feel that connection, and then we're all good. Remind me of the question one more time.
Oh no, it was just what's your headspace? What's your mentality going into a session? Because for me, I'm very timid. Like now, sessioning in an event is different because that's like the wow factor. You want everyone that reaction. But when it's intimate, I still feel like that blockage of like I don't know what feeling I'm trying to relate. I don't know if it's a relation for the whole circle. Should it be my own story that I bring? Like, what's your pathway and your mentality when you walk into a session?
Yeah. I think I go there mostly to like I think of myself as a forever learner, you know? So I go there to explore with other people, to see what they do, to try new things on my own. And I need to give myself specifics to try in order for that to work out in my favor. Because I find myself, if I am timid and I just go for it, I just tend to like throw everything out there, and then I don't feel I'm not connected to the song. I'm not connected to the people. I'm not connected to the environment around me. I need to dial in, like see what the people are vibing out with around me. See if I can, like, this round I'll be like, okay, I'm just gonna play around with, like, what can I do with my arms this round?
Yeah.
Can I really, like, fully engage my full range? Or like this round I want to focus on purely some animation techniques. So I really want to do dime stops, ticking, and strobing in this round. And just seeing different ways I could play around with those.
Keep them guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
So that's I think it's easier said than done for me, because I still am, again, a forever learner, and I get so timid. At Club Move, I was terrified to jump in every circle. At the King of the Hill performance last night, I was terrified, but I still did.
Yeah. That's the key right there,
That's
bro.
the
You gotta
You gotta actually go for it.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where, unfortunately, the only way to get good and do it is you have to fall on your face and do it.
Yeah.
But that's not dissimilar to choreo class.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I do feel like you can have connection and you can have love in a choreo class, but there's just a genuine, pure form of it in a session.
Not quite as
That's
unique
different.
to you.
Yeah, I think in a class setting for choreo, there's restrictions. You still got to follow the blueprint of the teacher or instructor in class. Yes, you have the creative range to add you and add your own take to it, but you can't go so outside the lines, as you can in a session, because you are really following your own story.
You still have a skeleton. You got it.
I feel like also what it is with class, I just think this is a great conversation, so we're just gonna
we're here with this.
But another thing, I feel like it's more comfortable to mess up while you're learning choreography than it is to mess up while you're freestyling.
Yes,
true.
Because when you go to a session or like a cypher or whatever, it's like you want to throw a fire round, but you don't. A lot of people don't understand is that you're just freestyling. So sometimes that look like you're here and you're like, you know what, let me drop this and like recenter and then let me just get back into it, because that's what it is. It's freestyle. Like it's your time to just mess up, try new things, go here, go there. That's how you're gonna find what you want to do. And I feel like with class is like everybody knows that as you're learning, you're not going to get it right. So people are messing up and it's like, oh, it's okay because everybody else is messing up. But in a session, that's also okay. You know what I mean? It's worth it. So
what even would be messing up?
Literally, bro. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, there's just fumbles, but again, you are painting your own picture. Like, no one's really gonna know unless you show it. That like, oh shit, that didn't work out.
But I think the smart dancer way to go about that though is recognize that fumble and then make that into something.
Exactly.
All right, buddy. I'm tired of seeing this red 5.
Fuck. Oh yeah.
But while we're here, bro, my God, hip hop Dan.
What up, HHD?
Let's go ahead. Let's
bro, chill. Okay.
Before we get into that, go ahead. Put the card down.
I've spoken a lot recently though. I kind of
no, it's cool. It's gonna flow.
So this is our Uno team's wild card. What this means is it skips me, and it can go to Daniel. But here's the catch. You gotta pick a color, obviously. But then if you don't have the color that he chooses, you gotta draw 2, and it goes to me instead of skipping Daniel.
Wow.
I feel confident.
Okay.
It's the telepathy, man. You can't be homies with someone for that long.
True.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with red.
You got a red, Brody.
It's a great decision.
Okay, there we go.
All right, good.
So,
I already know.
Let's
Can I play it now?
Yeah, you good.
Okay.
Before
I feel like these plays for me are being boring.
Before we get into your start, we got a red card question for you, Dan.
Oh no.
Now our reds are intensity and passion. Yes, our cards kind of have their own theme. So let's go with
Nervous.
Don't be nervous, because in this time I want to know
Green 9.
what's the moment in your journey of dance that you genuinely feel proud of yourself.
Reverse.
Man, I'll come up with some good questions.
It is some good questions.
Genuinely felt proud, man. Honestly, I mean, I feel like this is the answer that
you would probably think I would go to, but it's the truthful answer. I think the proudest moment that I've had in my career has just been taking the leap to coming down here. You know what I mean? Because like that's a young age for both of us to make a leap like that. You know what I mean? So I mean it's not moving to a different neighborhood, it's not moving, you know, across the state, it's a whole new state, big city, you know, just us two, you know.
Do y'all have family in Georgia?
I don't know.
Have y'all came to Georgia or Atlanta besides the move?
We came visited, a few times.
We visited like twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the second time we visited is when we bought our apartment here.
Yeah.
Oh, fly. So the first time was amazing enough for y'all to be like, yeah, we're sold on the decision.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, we just, you know, back, shout out Raleigh, shout out North Carolina, all the homies there.
Yeah.
But, you know, for what we were trying to do, the opportunity wasn't fully presenting itself there. So nothing against them or over there, but here it was just
different houses, different doors.
Yeah, exactly. You know, doors open, doors closed. So
that was bars.
Yeah.
Different houses, different doors.
Listen, Wayne's album just dropped. I feel inspired.
Oh yeah,
it did. I haven't listened to it, but I feel inspired because it's Wayne.
Bro, that was.
I reversed it. By the way.
You did.
Okay.
We'll hold off.
Yeah, let's hold off on that.
And
I feel like we should learn a little bit more as to come up story.
Yeah, I want to dive so we can continue to play the game, but there'll be another reverse.
Is it me?
It's
to
me.
It's to Ant, but I want to know your start. I want to know your journey.
For sure.
We'll definitely get into the conversation that made y'all make the decision to come here. But up until then, let's get into it. So who is Daniel?
Going back. In the beginning, there was Daniel.
In the beginning, there was Daniel. It's wild.
I think for me, like on a not to bring the energy down. No, but growing up, I tried things. I did basketball, I did flag football, I did all sorts of stuff like that, and I always had a love for it. You know, I still hoop whenever I can, that sort of stuff. But I never, kind of like he was saying, I never had the connection to it necessarily. Never felt, you know, the passion there. And on top of that, I grew up I was full of anxiety, very just a nervous person. I couldn't allow myself to try new things. It was just, it was bad. Not going to go too deep into that. But so I was just trying to find kind of what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go with it. And I was just kind of, you know, dancing around the house, had a lot of energy. And all of a sudden, Shake It Up comes on the TV. Zendaya Bella Thorne, best show ever made. I rewatched it. Definitely not the best show ever made, but you know, it was a show. It was good back then. It was good back then
for dancers. Yes,
there you go. Yeah. So started watching that, and unintentionally, I just kind of started dancing around the house. I saw these groups come on, and I was like, man, I want to do that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I see them dancing. It's all, you know, it's just crazy energy. And so I was like, this is what I want to do. But I never really had the, you know, I was never confident enough to do anything about it.
So sorry.
No, we did that like mid combo.
We were like,
whoa,
that was so sneaky evasive maneuvers. There's the mic.
There it goes.
There you go. On the Uno cards, if they have this little logo right here, it just means that you get to discreetly change a card or trade a card with your teammate.
Yeah, but you don't like let them know which card. You just switch a random
whatever
card,
whatever you think helps them, or whatever will help you, you know, get rid of that card.
Okay,
but continue.
Yeah, we don't mean to.
Okay,
stop the story.
Shake It Up. That's where we were.
Yes.
No, I started dancing around the house, and my mom was like, "You need to do something with this," you know. And I was too nervous to, but finally she convinced me to do a summer camp at a studio that we know as CC&Co Dance Complex.
Okay. Were you already there?
I was.
Okay, we'll get into that.
Yes, we'll get to that. I'll keep the how we met to another time. But so I finally decided to do that. Shout out Miss Stacy. She was my little name drop. She was my first teacher. We did a little MJ summer dance camp. Yeah. Cool. So I did that, and immediately I was coming out of my shell.
Whole camp based around MJ.
Yeah, it was a music video camp, so it was like a week
So
long.
you do all this.
We did a little like Vimeo or whatever the app
Mhm.
was. Little
Yeah.
Do
something
y'all
like
remember y'all's favorite? Do y'all remember y'all's favorite? See what I'm saying. Okay, your favorite dance of that camp. We're going
Ooh.
back.
I wasn't in this.
He
Okay, so
wasn't
you weren't in the
that
camp,
one.
okay.
He
No,
wasn't
not
in that
this
one. We did Beat It.
Okay, Beat It was
And that
like
was, I mean, it's Beat It by
Yeah,
Michael
that's
Jackson.
good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, how are you not gonna love dancing to that? You know what I mean? So
I'll
that's
get it.
definitely the best for sure.
Mhm.
But no, that's kind of what really jump started me. So I did that, and Miss Stacy, she was like, "You need to be in my company."
Mhm.
And so I was like, "No, I've never done this before. No way. I'm too scared." But then she starts talking to my mom. She's like, "Look, he's got something. I want him in my company." Fast forward to present day.
How old were you
Been
when
doing
that
it ever
when that
since.
was?
I was probably 8. Been
Oh,
over a
okay.
decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
because both of y'all's families were very hands-on pioneers, supportive of
Super
both of y'all
Mhm.
doing this, and especially going into studio dancing.
Mhm.
I loved how you said your dad was a very supportive push for you to do whatever it was
Passion.
for you to be happy.
Mhm.
From both family standpoints, with both y'all's parents like dance is what you want to do, let's go for it. I know the spectrum around guys in dance, especially at a young age,
Yeah.
isn't always
For sure.
easier, like the easiest route, cleanest route. How was it at home?
You wanna go?
I think, I mean, obviously it's like nerve wracking because it's an alternative path.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they were just always like, as long as you have a plan,
Yep.
and as long as we'll always be there to support you if something happens. Like in life, there are people who are 40 years old who have to completely start over.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think we just like kind of understood that like in the grand scheme of life, we would rather do something now that I really love doing, and like I'm young, my body is healthy, so I can do it right now.
Yeah.
And if I always wanted to go back to school, I did the International Baccalaureate program in high school, so I have superb credits for that. So I could always just go back and and choose a different path. So I think they kind of were really understanding, and I'm very grateful for that. That they were just like, as long as you feel safe, you feel comfortable, and you have a plan,
Right.
and aren't just like moving to LA with $100 in your pocket.
Heavy on the plan.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
my mom had the
That's
same
true.
thing. I went to college for a semester and I was like, yeah, this ain't it.
Yeah.
And I went to do the dance route, and my mom was like, look, as long as you have a plan, I'm going to say yes. But the minute it's like we're just sitting here,
Right.
then we have to have the conversation of what we're doing.
Yeah.
Luckily, the just sitting here was never long enough for that conversation. Something was always
Right.
presented.
Right.
But yeah, without that openness or the acceptance of, all right, well, if you want to take the alternative route and just kind of leave it up to chance in your own direction, go for it. I feel like that openness and the allowance of doing that really matters.
Yeah.
What about you?
But it also, just going off of that, it's not that they just handed us that and said, yeah, do whatever you want.
Right.
There was a trust built there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we both worked very hard dance wise and also outside of dance. They saw how we did in school. They saw all this sort of stuff, and they saw that we were, trustworthy, we were reliable, we would work hard.
Right.
And I think that is a massive part in why they were so confident and comfortable with letting us do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if we had just been kind of like, slacking off and whatever we were doing, they wouldn't see the drive that we had.
Yeah.
So why should they let us do that?
We kind of used a bit of North Carolina as like a trial run to see if we can make it out in Atlanta as well. Like as soon as we got out of high school, like I didn't go to college. He did a alternative path. Like you did community college for your last 2 years.
I did.
And during that time, we were working in North Carolina. Like we were teaching all over the place. We were like seeing how far of a reach we could build in that state, so we could like really like see like, okay, we can get our footing here. We might be able to make it in Atlanta.
Another
Stepping stone. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah,
Absolutely.
dude. I feel like a lot of people underestimate what a support system will do for you,
Shit.
especially being raised at a young age and you wanting to try these things, these creative things. A lot of people do not have supportive parents, and they don't have even friends or anybody who's gonna be like, you know what, I want to put you in this room and see what happens, and they never get that chance. You know what I mean? So you're very lucky.
For sure.
Draw 4.
Draw 4. Who put that draw 4 down? Man, it's us, huh?
Hey, we gotta spice things up.
You got one?
We gotta spice things up.
I don't. You got one? Dang, all right. What's the color, Brody?
Oh shoot, I should probably know that. We going red.
All right.
Red.
So our draw 4 questions are questions that are for both of y'all.
Okay.
So both y'all get hit. And I think you got draw 4.
Oh yeah. All right. Draw 4 questions. All right. Okay, this is good because you guys know each other well. What is your partner's signature dance move?
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Any of like
Any
of that.
Yep,
Any
yep,
of that.
yep.
Ooh, sticky.
or he be hitting that GTA.
Nuh-uh. Hey,
I
no.
can't do
no.
that. He be hitting that GTA.
All right, bro. All right.
I see the
What's this,
six,
bro?
I've never seen the GTA, but I've seen the 6. That's hilarious.
No, that GTA is crazy.
Wow.
About Hip Hop Dan, bro.
Wow. I don't even,
That was
that was
good.
just so true. I don't know how to
That
come
was
back
good,
from
dude.
that.
That was good.
He said, a thing he likes, Daniel, he likes to add a little bit of like afro with his light feet stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. So he's
on now.
constantly like, he's always like doing something like this.
Ooh.
Gee,
Yeah.
gee,
Hey.
Yeah.
Ooh.
something like that.
Loosey goosey,
Loosey
goosey footwork.
I can see that for sure.
He likes a loosey goosey footwork.
Loosey goosey footwork.
To put it
putting my
technically. To put it technically.
I'm the loosey goosey.
All right, Brody.
Great.
It's red,
All right.
bro.
To you, bro. Red.
It's me.
We got a red.
Well, I do not, but I have one of these.
Did y'all pick your 2?
I did. Yeah,
I believe that you get your-
he got this.
Just making sure.
Okay.
Pocket watch.
So we back to
Pocket
the wild. Back to the wild. What color?
Back to the wild. I can't do red.
I mean, it's up to
Can
you.
he do? I don't think.
Oh well,
he
yeah,
can
the
do
color's
that.
red. I mean,
Can he?
That's
I mean,
a little.
he would
That's a
know I
little
have
scummy.
red.
kind of OD, but like,
That's
yeah.
kind of OD. I'm not trying to annihilate y'all. Like when your
Trust.
first loss shouldn't be like
Trust.
an
Yeah,
annihilation.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Yeah,
I
I
got
worry about
that.
it.
So I will go with blue.
You got a blue?
We got a blue.
Okay, it's you.
Do I have to play?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just get me, so it's on me. All right, so let's go about to how y'all met. Like,
Okay.
what was the start of the duo?
Okay. I will start. I'll share my perspective. So I started at CC&Co 3 years before Daniel got there.
Okay.
I started when I was 7 years old. The way that it was set up was there are kind of like different tiers. There was like the first level, which is just recreational class, which is like what you would go to put your kid in a dance class for.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was fusion level, which is like their competitive team, but it's more like stylistic based. So like if you are really good at hip hop, you can be part of the fusion hip hop team. And then there's the core team, which is you do every style and you're at the studio 12 hours a day and are training constantly and going to every convention.
Yeah, pretty much.
So for the first 3 years of CC&Co, I was in the recreational program, just doing boys hip hop classes. And then you guys always do
It's so
some
discreet.
sly
So
stuff. Always when we're caught up in the story. But yeah, so it was 3 years of recreational, and then they wanted Miss Stacy. It was Miss Stacy's for
Shout out.
3 years. Shout out. She wanted to move me up to the fusion level, so I could start like competing and stuff. And there was a guys group that they wanted to do, but there were only 3 dudes. So
you being one of the 3?
Me being one of the 3. So the choice was to either join a group of all girls and be the only guy at that level, or go back to the recreational level and just be taking normal classes. So I took the leap of faith and pushed myself,
as you should,
and became the only boy in one class. And it was good for a year. You know, I was obviously anxious being the only boy. I was competing.
Okay. There's a lot of perks being the only boy and competing. Though.
I was a fat and ugly competing boy.
Shut up,
so.
Oh my god.
We're gonna have to delve into that at some point.
But so that was fine. But then and I did it for one more year. But during the year, I don't know. I think I was dealing with a little bit more anxiety that year, and there was a group of girls in that new group that were very judgmental of me being the only boy. And we were just doing this one thing, where it was like whenever a teacher doesn't want to teach, they're always like, okay, students, make your own dances. So she had us make our own dances, and they didn't even say anything that deep. I think it was just like, I was in a group of 2 other girls and me, and they were just like, oh, this is going to be hard. We have the boy. Something like that.
Yeah.
Something like simple, but like just enough to make me feel like, dang, like I
slightly lower that self-esteem.
Yeah.
I like don't feel wanted here, you know? And so I instantly broke down in the class as a 10-year-old boy who's like, I'm really quiet at this point too. So like my teacher has like known me as like a goody two shoes, and I'm just sobbing right now all of a sudden.
My goodness.
So I talked to her, and then what they end up doing is he is in a separate class right now, in the Rising Star program, which is like, it's the in between fusion and recreational
Company.
And
I get it.
they put me in his class with them and some other boys. So I had the comfortability there, and then she really liked the way we danced together. And then they moved us into that fusion group with all girls.
Gotcha.
And then ever since then, we've been with that group until we graduated.
You had an ally.
Come on
That
now.
was the story. That was
So, did
The
you
first thing he
know-
said to me was this.
Get out.
Whoa!
Get out.
I forgot about that. We got to bring that back.
Wait,
That was
what
like
you
our
mean?
first inside joke.
Really?
I don't remember why that started.
I was
What is
I was
that?
standing outside the window in my new and getting ready for my new class, just nervous, and I was just like, and Daniel goes up to me and is like,
I just
dude.
unlocked a memory.
That's
crazy.
crazy.
So did
Wow.
you know who Lucas was before he joined?
Nah.
Really? Did you
No.
see him around the studio or anything?
Not really. Like I said, I was so shy. I didn't talk to people. Like
You didn't even know who Daniel was before that.
no, I just
Wow.
knew that this was a new class and there might be more boys in there.
Okay. I think the red is on you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
it's got a little thingy on.
Oh,
Y'all
yeah,
did it. Y'all did
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
all right.
So, let's get into the conversation
We'd have to draw.
of when we decided, hey, I think Atlanta might be the move.
Yeah.
What got us there?
Shout out Elliot U.
A lot
Shout
of
out
it was
Elliot,
a lot
bro.
of it was
Shout out
Elliot.
Elliot.
It really
Shout out
was.
Elliot.
No,
Yeah.
so there was this studio back in Raleigh, that we were both kind of teaching at. So we were very familiar with the area there, the teachers, stuff like that.
Just looked at your content. I forgot that they caught me. They totally caught me red-handed.
Look
I
at him.
literally was
Hey,
like,
just cut it out. Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, so we were at the studio teaching, and at the time I was working. This was, keep in mind, 2 years ago, not even maybe. So this is pretty recent. And I hear this dude Elliot, who's from Atlanta. At this point, we have been talking a little bit about like, okay, where are we going? What are the next steps?
Yeah.
Like, obviously we had the LA conversation, we had the New York conversation, And then I don't know, y'all familiar with Randy and Heffa?
I want to say yes.
Yeah, they do like 24/7.
Yes,
like that. They've
yeah.
been kind of like stepping back a little bit. But yeah, no, we talk with them. More so Heffa, and he kind of introduced us to Excel.
Okay.
So that's where the Atlanta idea kind of came into our mind, and then we heard this dude Elliot was coming to the studio that we taught at, and we were like, he's from Atlanta. He seems super chill. So I know for me, I was working and I was like, no, something is telling me I need to be in this class.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it was. I'd never felt that way, but I was like, I need to be in this class. So I literally tried to change my shift. I couldn't do it. And eventually I was just like, yo, I cannot come into work today.
Come on.
So I went to
Devoted.
Dia. That's the studio, Dia.
Mhm. Love
And
Dia.
yeah, so he was teaching. Were you at that first one?
Mhm.
Yeah, he was there too.
It was a crazy combo.
Do y'all remember what it was?
I literally like when he like very like most people's first experience with Elliot's class. Like he literally was doing it slow, and it was the fastest combo I've ever learned in my life.
Yeah, half
Bro,
speed.
have a
And
conversation with
Oh,
Elliot
really?
after
And-
and ask him what's the difference between a fast choreo and a quick choreo. Just to hear his answer, bro.
I would love to.
I
Hear
would-
it. I know he's got something to say.
I know he's got
a
some
lot to say.
gaslighty ass
Yeah.
shit to say.
None of my stuff is hard, man.
It's just quick. It's
It's
not
just
fast.
grooves. We're just
No,
grooving,
I
bro.
love Elliot.
If you know foundation.
That's
Oh, that's the guy.
But yeah, and then he said that he wanted to do it full speed, and I literally thought he was joking. But the person next to me was like, "No, he's actually serious. Like he
Yeah.
means we are going to speed it up."
That's right.
Um,
What song was that? Was that the?
Now it's starting over.
Oh. Okay. Hey. What? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Hey. Anyways, that was a nice little segment there.
That song.
But yeah, no. So we met him, super dope guy, and he just kind of started telling us about Atlanta. He was like, we were telling him we want to move, we're thinking about it. He reinforced the Excel idea. He mentioned some of the homies down there, which you two were some of those people.
I just realized this now. Like he would show us videos of like y'all.
Yeah,
Wow,
really?
we were
You
in
guys
North
were some of the
Carolina.
introductions
What?
to like what
Wow.
And he would be like, "Look at my crazy friends, like doing my combo. Like, look at their choice."
That's
You did like a
crazy,
crazy
bro.
split one time.
Oh, I remember that video.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember that video.
or the Like I Love You or the Justin Timberlake. What's that-
Oh,
what's that?
yeah. It was.
The friggin' insanely super.
Oh, yeah, that one.
bro.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nah, that
I
was
heard about the Keith Wilder split before I knew about the Keith Wilder man.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Wilder split.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, that
Sing it,
video
you gotta
was.
copy
I
it.
remember seeing that, and I was like, "Damn, Keith, I didn't even know you could do that."
Doors, wait, crack, come back up.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it was the get up so seamless.
It was a get up into the next step.
I would
Oh,
literally
right,
be
right.
down there still. Like
2 years later, still trying to
Still
get
down
out.
there, still trying to get out.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, but I mean, shout out Elliot. He was kind of the one that reinforced the idea, and we took a trip down there, or down here. Aaron was our first class that we took here. Met some dope people, and just kind of fell in love with it. Down
Fly.
here. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I feel like that's probably when I met you guys. Was that Aaron's class?
We came 23 before we moved, so you might have been there. I had.
I think
no
it was because I remember,
recollection of what it was.
or I don't know. I remember seeing you guys though, and I was like, because there's no. I mean, there obviously are other guys, but there was nobody like you guys who were also like busting it at the time.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, these guys traveled here from somewhere.
Right.
And then I think at that time you had let me know maybe the next class that I saw you guys, it was you that I talked to. You're like, oh yeah, we're from NC. And I was like, oh, hella like dope dancers are coming here from
Yeah.
NC.
I just kept
That
hearing,
was-
bro, you going to Hip Hop Daniel's class? I was like, who is Hip Hop Daniel, bro?
That's so
Like, I don't know. Why are we calling him hip hop? And then I saw you dance. I was like,
HHD.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Hey,
Makes sense.
Hey, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, no.
I think Hip Hop Daniel is your turn, by the way.
Ooh, is it?
I gotta get on this.
Oh, you went there,
Yeah.
Keith? That was you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we can thank Elliot for the move.
Yeah.
Now, we've just reached year 1, right?
Just reached
passed
year
it.
1.
Man,
Oh, no.
congratulations. Ooh!
Ah! Just gotta throw it out there.
Mr. Slide!
You know.
So, it is. But a year in,
You're not
what's something that you keep having these cards.
What'd I
bro.
say?
What
That's
in the
crazy.
world?
Please don't have one.
Nah. What's something that was your initial thought, no matter what it was, that now you see differently a year in?
Initial thought about Atlanta.
Doesn't matter. About Atlanta, but it doesn't matter what of like where you want to take it.
Okay.
But from year one being here from the beginning of year one to now.
Okay. I mean, my initial thought, and I feel like this is pretty universally accepted, is when you're moving to a new place, you're very intimidated of talent that you're walking into and everybody around you, and you just kind of have this feeling of like, am I gonna fit in? Are these people gonna be nice? Are they gonna be kind of like in their groups? But yeah, no, I very quickly realized that mindset changed from that to wow, everybody here is so accepting, so supportive, so just like wants to see you grow.
Yeah.
And the community here is unlike what we had come from. You know what I mean? It's just it's bigger and more. There's the support is there, the support system. So that was something that my mindset changed very quickly on. It didn't take a year to realize that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say like Atlanta does have its cliquish vibes, but I think it's more down to like where people train.
Yeah,
Like, I don't think
not
it's
really
cliquish
like
that like you can't sit
There's
with
no
us.
animosity.
Yeah,
between
but it's like we kind of
anybody,
just train here. We're kind of like comfortable in this bubble, and so you will normally see us here, but doesn't mean there's no love and respect for
Right.
anyone else.
and then
that's
we all
not.
hang out.
Yeah, like I
together
must still know
everywhere.
who you
For
are.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Lucas?
Whose turn?
It's
I just picked up.
yours actually.
It's yours turn.
He
Wait, what
hasn't
color
picked
is
a
it?
color. He hasn't picked a color.
I picked blue.
Okay.
You want to hit him with a blue or another draw four?
I think let's hit him with a blue.
Okay.
And I want to hear what you're gonna say.
What was the question again?
What was something from the beginning of your move here that is a different mindset or a different thought that you have now? Like you thought it was one way, or you had this expectation, or just a beginning thought about something.
I didn't expect how much I would just like not understand and not know out here.
Oh.
And not like in have to learn. Like, because I feel like we were at a point in North Carolina where there wasn't too much training out there that we were like wanting to seek
giving
out.
the training.
Like we were teaching a lot of the classes that
Okay.
I would want to be taking. There were like some guests that would pop up around, but it was very few.
Like Elliot.
Yeah.
Like Elliot or Marley Hightower sometimes came down.
Shout out.
But yeah, I thought that I had a good grasp on what I wanted to do and where my path would take me and where I would maneuver, and I would go out here and then make connection with this person, and then that would lead me to this. But everything has just been like I really needed to take a step back and realize how much of a growth process everything will be, and how I will do something and I will reach a point, but that's just the next step. And then I will have so much to learn from that step, There's just like with the dance industry too, there's so much that's not said that you just have to learn through experience.
Yeah, 100%.
That there's really like nothing that can prepare you for it.
Yeah.
Unless you're like on it.
I hope we get to the question about the first job, like something that we learned. I can't remember what question was. I want to give it to you. I want to hear. I could obviously just ask you now, but I want the question to drive into it.
You could ask me right now.
I guess right now.
Why not?
What's the job that you learned something on?
Wait. Oh no.
Also, the color is blue. Yeah.
The color is blue.
But you picked up?
I
He
think
put that down.
And then
And I
picked
can't
up.
go, so now it's on you.
So did you, yeah. So blue. And then I'm gonna ask a blue question.
Yeah. So what's something that you learned on the job, like in your beginning, one of your first jobs that was like a realization?
I feel some of them. Trying to find the best way to like maneuver saying this.
Choose your words.
I mean, or not. Just say.
Sometimes I just feel like a lot of jobs, a lot of jobs are talked up a lot. That when you get on the job, it's like, all right, we just been like sitting in like Stranger Things. We were sitting in that high school for.
I will say, like, a lot of film work, commercial, whatever, it's very much like, we'll call you when we need you.
Yeah.
But you still got to be here for 12 hours.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I
definitely.
didn't realize how much like you just have to like go with the absolute flow and just let your mind just be present when you need to be and flow when you need to flow.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how many professionals do the exact opposite. That's the thing that I was shocked about. Even in like the like professional gigs that I've done. And I'm still like newer to the industry, so I'm still like learning and growing and more are gonna happen. But like there are some where I'm like, I was talked about so much about how in rehearsal I should like be super attentive and like get every move and like really focus on the choreographer, but like they're just messing around. They don't know what they're doing.
It's facts. It's
different
so
rooms
true.
are definitely gonna call for different things, but you can never 100% prepare yourself for every room you're going into.
Yeah.
The best mindset is being your best self in every room that you go into.
Yes.
You know, because I'm not going to choreograph or create the same way as 90% of the choreographers here, you know, or the dancers here. You know, like we're gonna expect different things. We're gonna have different mentalities or you know, just things that we go about doing in our own space that you might think, okay, well, because so-and-so did X amount of jobs or did this certain job, I got to go in here and be like, okay, can't miss a step. And then you realize they're just choreographing it on the spot.
Yeah.
Right? It's super chill.
You know, you really never know what room you're going to walk into until you walk in there.
But then there's also the ones you walk into and it's like, whoa. Okay,
oh, yeah,
everybody's
for sure.
locked in.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
We're be your best self.
Yeah.
Always, like, I think always carrying yourself. It's better for you not to be the one joking off and like and let other people do that.
Yeah, laugh at the joke.
Yeah, then for you to be the one who's like, oh, everybody's chilling. Let me chill for a little bit, and then you know something comes up where it's a problem.
Because it's like in school, they're gonna be messing around, doing whatever the teacher's never gonna see them. The second you join in,
man,
they'll point you out.
It's your fault.
They'll point you out.
Also, a thing job-wise that I've learned, I never realized until being here, and it's just silly how I didn't realize it because of how big it is a part of the industry. It's just how much like our look will affect it, and just being like being one of the very few Caucasian men out here
who
is
can
just
throw
like,
down.
Yeah,
I will say like that's a conversation, but when you really narrow into it, it's a lot less because there are Caucasian or other race men out here who don't dance to the capacity of the job. That even if they're calling for a multiracial, they're calling for I need white guys. There's slim pickings here,
right?
Yeah.
You know, so regardless of the fact, pro or con, like it's very slim picking.
Yeah. It's helped us in ways, but also like we will never get to work with some of our favorite artists just because.
You know, I'm so the other way around about it. You never know. Like, and I like to say, like, no one knows the idea until the idea approaches it.
Yeah.
You know, like, you can't be mad that they didn't have the idea just because they didn't think of it.
Yeah.
Like, there might be, and it might turn into a comical scene where we need that one white guy to be in the scene, and then he's eaten down.
Yeah.
And now he becomes the guy of the video. Like, I feel like it's never, not to discredit and say it's not there, because definitely there's going to be the typecast where, like, some artists just only want that one look.
Right.
But you never know what idea for what project they are going into next, and it might vice versa.
Fully close any door.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I just never realized how much like I would be known as the white guy out here.
Yeah.
But dude, I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat as you, bro, because I'm Hispanic, but when it comes to typecast, I'm in the same boat, bro.
Yeah.
It's light skin, medium to dark. Like that's how they're gonna view you, no matter where you're from. You know what I mean? So I feel like that kind of counts as a blue question, bro. That was real talk.
That was real talk. That counts as that blue question.
Yeah, I just picked up, so the blue is to you, bro.
All right, we're back.
Okay,
you're blue.
Blue is to me.
Yeah.
I'll go with an 8.
Damn, Keith, why you got all them cards, bro?
Hey, listen, I keep getting hit with these draw fours, bro.
Oh my.
But it's all right. It's all right. We gonna fix it. We gonna fix it. We gonna fix it. We gonna fix it.
You better drop like
It is really hard
We're
for me
looking
to not
yellow
look.
though.
You keep looking too. I
do
see
keep
you.
Bro,
every
the
time.
camera
I
gonna
really
catch you,
keep
bro.
looking.
I'm gonna make
It
a number
catches me
count.
every
Yeah,
time.
you count multiple
Number
angles are
count.
catching me. It's at least.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
Please
I'm
do
gonna
a count.
just keep it going. We're gonna switch it over.
Oof.
Switch
Okay.
it on over here.
That's great. That's just speed round.
Ooh. Well, we just changed the color, but
Okay.
all right.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I like to
there
see.
we go. All right,
There we go.
little break in the action.
All right. See, we gonna get some. We gonna get rid of some of these cards.
Are y'all- I gotta square these up.
Yep. See.
I'm always that guy. I'm always that guy.
I'd be like that.
You know what I mean?
Ba-da. Bow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
See, we getting rid of these cards, bro. Where's you at, Una?
Don't even do me like that.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, damn. I'm actually there too.
Dang, what happened to everyone?
What you mean? What happened?
All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, all right. Where we at, bro?
I know for a fact you have blue.
What was it on?
But is that the color that you're picking, or you just
But
know?
it was
for a
already
fact?
Oh, it wasn't blue. Yeah, I can't pick blue. So
Yeah.
it was red.
So you're picking red.
Yeah, it was red. All right.
I mean, he's got every color. He's got like 5
I know
different
you
colors.
did. I know you did. Here, I'm gonna give you this just to play.
All right. So,
Was that?
That's the switch.
we just hit you with our blue question, so we're going right back to you, D.
All right.
All right.
This is
So,
red question.
How old are you?
19.
Okay, you're a little too young for this question.
What?
Not only because, like, I feel like at this age, the journey's still going.
Okay.
So, like,
Certainly still going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So there's certain questions
just
I
getting
still want to
started.
hold
Just getting
off.
started,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
Okay, but what project or performance that you've been in was your most heartfelt
Ooh.
up to date?
I have 2.
Okay.
I'll go briefly through both.
Okay.
The first one, which it wasn't as much heartfelt as it was just fun,
Okay.
was we did a select boys group with the one and only Robert Green. And we actually did it 2 years because that was around the COVID time and whatever. We had to do it again. But that was the most fun dance we've ever done. His just the way he thinks about choreography, the transitions that he did, the musicality, like everything about it was just so
Spot on.
filthy. You know what I mean?
It was
so
ridiculous.
yeah, it was so. To this day, that was the most fun combo I've ever been a part of, or not combo, performance I've ever been a part of. So fun. The crowd was into it. All that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, think of the all guys group. We were dancing to
Yeah.
OMG by Usher,
OMG,
bro.
Usher,
yeah,
all
yeah.
guys in blazers and a turtleneck.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fly.
threw the jacket off the
Threw the
side
jacket
and
off.
started getting all. You
Yeah,
know
That was
what I
going
mean?
crazy.
That's
Man,
nasty.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
but the most heartfelt, I would say, would be my senior year at CC&Co. This was a different boys group, but this was the boys group that we were in. We started it and we finished it.
Fly.
Yeah, so we were in that group. He had already graduated at this point, and it was just a few of us left. We were in it, and we were practicing. We had the idea to have him come back out at the very end, and then our 2 mentors, Justin and Yvonne, shout out, who they are really a massive part of the reason of why we're here, you know, what we've been able to do. So they ended up coming into it at the very end too. And it was just this super cool, like, full circle moment of, wow, this is like the last time we're ever going to be on stage
Yeah.
as a group together. But
Yeah.
to have him come out and the 2 teachers that shaped us and molded us into who we are come
Yeah.
out and share the stage one more time. And then just the crowd's reaction when that happened, it was just,
Wow.
I literally revisited
Yeah.
that moment. So
Is it on
bad
video?
That's great.
in my
It
mind.
is.
All right,
Yeah.
bet. As long
That-
as we have it recorded.
Yeah, that year too with the studio was like an atrocious year for us.
Very dark.
So like to be able to end like together like that
Yeah.
was like it really meant you could like tell like I think the crowd reacted that way because they could tell how much it meant to
It was so
us.
powerful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oof,
for
I
sure.
love
That's great.
I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
thinking
I
about
kind
Come
of
on
did
now.
too, low key.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even there.
it. Yeah.
Whose red was that?
Um,
Your red, my red.
It's probably
That's
on
to
me,
him.
'cause I keep,
yeah.
yeah.
That's to him.
Ooh, I can play. All right.
There you go.
Great.
Okay.
How are you getting rid of these cards, bro?
Skip.
Hmm.
That's the first skip.
Skip. That's the second skip.
Ooh,
So I think it'll hit both y'all with a skip.
You did.
All right, I got the
Fair
skip.
enough.
You got the skip?
It was not
Yes, yes.
All
All right,
right.
so skip questions.
Okay.
Basically, overall, they have to do with something you'd want to get rid of in some way, shape, or form. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, since we have two skips, I can ask both of you guys this. This is one we've asked every time, and I enjoy people's answers to this. So, this is to you, bro. Tell us about a time you bombed in class. So you would skip that class mentally. You just throw that out.
I have
There
so
was-
many.
Yeah.
we got.
There was actually one class where I had to just walk out because I couldn't
That was
do
gonna be
it.
the other question.
I couldn't do it.
Really?
And like it was so frustrating to me because I love his class. It's Johnny, our friend Johnny.
Oh, really?
Ah, really?
It was a Johnny class a couple months ago. I had just gotten into a car accident recently. I rear-ended somebody, so it was my fault too. And like my body was hurting a lot. My mental just wasn't there. And I got into the room and I was like, I'm here just because I like Johnny's class and like I'm supposed to like I train at Excel. And so I just like I got in there and I was doing it and I just like I couldn't do it at all. Like I was dancing so small that it was so frustrating to me because I love his class, I love his movement. I was like, why can't I pick this up? Why can't I lock in? Why can't I do that? So I went out in the hallway and had a nice discussion with Bubba Carr about Buddha.
So we have another question on here that I made a look. That's have you ever walked out of a class? You are the first person at the table to say you have. What? And I'm asking this as a what was the point where you were just like, I just can't be here.
I think it was just like I kept trying to force myself, and it just was not giving, and I was just creating more frustration for myself.
Yeah.
When I was.
Yeah. Once you get into that mindset, it's just a spiral.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's hard to get out.
It was just rough, and the hardest part about it for me was that I really appreciate him and I love his class and I love the way he teaches. That was the most that part is what got to me the most. Is because like that's only happened twice ever in Atlanta. It was ever in like life. I don't think I've ever. Yeah, that was the first class I walked out of, and then there was a class I felt like that but pushed through. It was Gary and Brandon Jones collab class.
Oh, that was fun.
We name dropped.
That was fun.
Hey, listen, I'm here for it.
I feel like that's the best reason to leave a class, though. Like everybody who we've talked to about that question, usually the first thought is like it's hard. Yeah. And so people are like, "No, I'm gonna just push through it." But like a mental block, and you're just like, "This is really not a space I need to be in right now." That's the best reason for you to.
Because sometimes like staying there is doing more harm than good.
Exactly.
Because I went to the Brandon and Gary's class. I had that experience first and felt like that and pushed through the end. And like towards the end, I almost like sobbed in Gary's arms as I dapped him up. Like I was just so feeling like so like ashamed of myself for not able to lock in. So like when I felt like that in Johnny's, I was like, okay, I just need to remove myself real quick. And like I like made sure he knew that it wasn't a him thing. And then so I've really started to listen to my mind and body.
Good.
All right. Episode 4, segment 3.
I was off.
Episode 4, segment 3. Well, good.
Crispy.
All right, so it's me.
Yes, sir.
Uno.
Oh, come on now. You got one?
No.
Good. Thank God, bro. I wasn't trying to do you like that, Keith.
It's all good. We gonna get rid of these cards, bro.
Period.
That's for you as well. You got one?
I don't like you.
It's all good, bro.
God, dude.
Looks like both of y'all getting the draw 2 questions. So,
I'm not upset.
this or that for the both of y'all. Here we go. Ooh. Lucas, would you rather book a commercial or a big concert? I'm talking like Coachella.
I say commercial. My dream job is to be like the mayhem guy. Just be like the main character of like a certain brand, and just like
the State
I
Farm
like
guy.
that.
yeah, like this like
Jake
Jake from State Farm, or the
Yeah.
mayhem guy, or
Jake,
that
man.
lizard from Geico.
Yeah.
You'll
You
just
know?
be the next lizard, man.
Yeah.
I love that, bro. You are also the first
bro.
person to say that.
Yeah. So
Lucas from AutoZone, bro?
Lucas from AutoZone, bro.
Oh,
Yo,
that's fire!
That's crazy.
I like it. I'm with it.
Lucas from AutoZone?
All right, hip hop man. Okay. Would you or do you rather vibe with high energy choreo or slow and vibey?
I gotta think on this one. I feel like I gotta go high energy
Okay.
just because I've always been the person that like, technical stuff is always gonna be cool. It's always gonna be impressive or cool. Like the waves and all that sort of stuff is always cool. Make cool visuals. But for me, what gets me so hype is just these people coming out just raw, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
Like
there's some
grinds.
energy about that you can't replace.
Agreed.
So I think I would say that, but I mean it's hard to choose one because there's always a place for both.
Yeah, for
you
sure,
know what I
for
mean. So, but no, I would take
High energy.
Oh, for
with
sure,
it.
for sure.
I'm
I
with it.
feel like I've always been, my strong suit has been kind of cleanliness
Yeah.
and lines. So putting that into high energy is just it's a combo for sure.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Yellow's on you,
I
brother.
gotta go.
Yellow's on me. All right. Well, the only thing I can do is this.
All right. What color are you picking?
I'm gonna go back to blue.
You would have had me. I would have to draw. However, we're gonna change the color though.
Ooh.
You want to ask him a blue color question? Should we?
What
change
color are
the
you
What
gonna
color
pick
is it?
though?
Oh, you know what?
What color is it?
I'm gonna pick yellow.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
haven't had a yellow.
We
one.
haven't had a
We
yellow.
have not
don't-
done yellow.
Don't do that.
It's okay.
Yes.
You'll be all right.
You got yellow
You'll
questions.
be all right. We're going with yellow. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go, Lucas.
All right.
So our yellow questions.
Mhm.
What would you think yellow? Like, what's the theme for yellow?
Jeez.
Oh my god, dude, this kid.
Okay.
That's a
They can be
cheese,
cheesy.
bro.
Yellow is joy and energy. So, cheesy.
Cheese
can-
is
idea.
joy.
A
I
cheesy
don't know, like,
question.
it could be
Sean.
cheesy.
brings
A
me
cheesy
joy.
question.
It does.
That's a good idea.
All right.
Dairy gives me energy.
Speaking of giving you joy, energy,
And shoes.
I release that joy
what's your favorite memory with dance?
with dance. That it might be my senior year performance.
Oh man. I remember that.
Yeah.
That one. That
Speak on
was
it.
like,
Let us know.
oh man, the support that we got from our peers was wild. Wild. Like the people at the competition were like, did someone like die? Like what is going
Really?
on?
Really?
Like, are you guys okay? Just because like we cared and loved each other.
Mhm.
And it was the last time that we thought that we would be able to perform together, because I would be graduating, and then it was the last dance of the competition for us to do, and it was the guys group all together, which just already in dance
Come on
competition lands.
Oh yeah.
As soon as there's a dance group that's all guys,
Hey, there's
Yeah.
perks.
Yeah.
There's
all
perks.
the way to the top.
For sure.
We call that penis privilege.
Yeah. Can we keep that?
Oh yeah, we're keeping it in there. It's in there.
Okay.
That's good. Keep it in there. So to have that, and then a group of guys that are older and like can do
Throw
a step,
down. Yeah.
like it was the energy, and that dance specifically like was so high energy that like we ran off that stage and we're just like it was a surreal feeling. It did not feel
Yeah.
You said something that I want to touch on.
Mhm.
Did y'all know you were going to continue with dance after like senior year? Was that like, and now I know we were saying we're in NC, so like the pond isn't as big,
Yeah.
but like were y'all at this point like we got to figure out because we're not stopping this?
I think it's safe to say we knew that pretty early on
Okay.
into when we started dancing. Because at least for me, I know he probably feels the same way. Dance did something that nothing else really could. So it was that feeling of, wow, I found something so young
Yeah.
that is so powerful to me that a lot of people don't find ever or don't find until they're 40, 50, you know what I mean? So to find that, it was like, wow, this is a blessing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Session.
That was
Daniel, it's on you, bro. Color Jello.
Oh yeah.
Damn. I
I
don't have a
definitely
yellow.
explored
But
different
I do have this.
opportunities, though.
Oh.
Okay.
Like I did tour some colleges.
Oh, fly. So you were going to at least explore what's outside.
I did so much work in high school that because I was in the IB program, so that was like that's the step above AP. So it's like college level courses in high school. So you don't have to be as miserable in college.
You can just suffer in high school.
You can just suffer in high school.
Take the suffering earlier.
So yeah, I toured UNCW. I toured Elon. I was thinking of going into film, and then dancing on the side. But then I started teaching and working.
Fine. What color you throwing at Dan or Lucas, Brody?
We're gonna go green.
Ooh, good. We haven't done green yet.
You have a green? Oh,
Dang it.
That's
I'm
great.
kidding.
Hold on, you don't have a green?
I do not have a
don't worry,
green.
you don't have to pick up those two
Oh,
cards.
great.
That's for Danny.
That's for him.
Yeah, so go ahead and take these two up real quick.
Appreciate that, Keith.
All right, we have a green.
Thanks for handing them to me.
Oh, man.
That's
having so much fun.
Okay, so green questions have to do with growth and money.
Ooh.
Okay, this one I'm gonna throw to you, Dan, because it's the last one I threw in.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If money wasn't a factor, what's your dream gig?
Ooh. That's a good question that I haven't really thought of because I feel like, you always kind of have to go back to money a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's, you got to support yourself. Man, that's a good question. I mean, I want to do all the things. I want to do the tours. I want to do the big commercials. I want to do the TV. I want to do the movies. I feel like for me though, I love the camera side of it, the TV side of it, but just even talking about that energy that we had on stage, I feel like that's something that you can't replace.
Yes.
Something that TV will never give you.
Yeah.
So I would really love to just have that tour experience, although I know it's definitely challenging, exhausting, all that sort of stuff. And I mean, I gotta go with J Beebs, man.
Man, no, I hear you.
I gotta go with J
Stage,
Beebs.
stage is home for me. It's where I started. It's where I feel like the fullness.
We can
But-
tell.
Drive, man.
But with the money thing, commercial and film is also areas I haven't tapped in as much. But I would always go back to stage.
For sure.
I would love to fulfill my pockets with just movies and TV shows and commercials every day.
Right.
But I feel like I would still be missing
Mm-hmm.
what that performance element would be like.
I love that.
Interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, that's great.
That money factor.
It's on you, Brody.
It's to me, green.
Yeah.
Uno.
Oh, come on now.
How many? Yeah, well,
I know. I've had it like 4 times.
Lucas,
It's
you said
just
that's a
not
good draw.
working, man.
You almost had me, Brody. Almost had me.
I mean, if I have it, I have to play it, right?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we're gonna go there.
All right.
All right.
Part 2.
No thought. We're going yellow.
Ah.
No.
No.
Dang.
Ah.
You're gonna have to carry us home.
Crazy.
You're gonna have to carry us home. This is not.
Should we ask you yellow or you want to keep it pushing?
Actually, yeah. Yeah, let's get these clips. Okay.
Flip it.
Let's get
Daniel, this is for you, actually.
All right.
So I think I keep throwing Lucas all my questions. Where do you feel the most you? On stage, in a class, or in a rehearsal setting?
Oh man. I'll tell you where I don't feel the most me is rehearsal.
Got it.
For sure, because I feel like you go into it, and I still like am growing in my rehearsal experiences that I've had, so getting used to that. But being in a rehearsal setting, you're very, you got to be sharp. Like we were talking about, you got to be sharp. You got to be alert. You got to be very present, and I feel like that takes away from the time that you can really like feel it and like truly be yourself, because you're being told like this is what I need you to execute.
Yeah.
So definitely not that one. I would say honestly, probably depends on the class, but probably class, because you still have that skeleton that you got to follow, but you can make it your own.
And
You-
there's
you
something
can
about
kinda-
when you eat a class up, like even when you
the
know it,
energy around,
you
it's
explore
just-
different movements, but you can still be yourself.
for sure.
I feel
Yeah,
that.
but the same thing could be said for stage. You know what I mean? Like just talking the energy and all that sort
It
of
might
stuff.
be the
Do we go until this
Good.
this game is over?
yeah, we rocking.
Yeah, we're chilling.
Well, it's about to be over. It looks like
It's
so.
not.
We'll see.
What color is it?
Oh,
Yellow.
Yellow.
And you picked up, right?
Yeah. So it's on you.
Oh, so it's me? Shit.
It's okay. It's all good.
Oh, no.
Okay, bet.
No.
I like the sound of that.
I don't.
Have y'all really never lost? In this?
We had
Well, the first game we didn't
first game,
finish.
yeah, it was like a draw. So we just like I don't know if I should give that.
Y'all, I want to do this. I
Oh,
want to do
sorry.
this little switch because y'all. Do
Yeah,
that
you guys
separately.
haven't.
Yeah, y'all
had
have it
one.
for one
Yeah,
card
switch.
card.
That's so
We
weird.
probably have played one and just didn't realize.
Yeah,
That's so weird.
Wait, that's
though.
on me now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Give him a skip or something.
Well, hold up.
Let's give him some. Why don't we spice it
Are
up?
we on 3 win streaks? Like we won 3.
We won 2, we won 3. Yeah, so
Yeah,
4.
3.
Okay.
Okay.
This might be our one.
It's my turn.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, okay.
You thought. All right, so this is how it works.
That's scary.
I totally did think.
When a partner finishes, your partner can split their deck with you, and you continue the game.
Uno.
Oh, okay. Wait,
I don't think his should count because
because I got Uno out.
Yeah,
I
but
shouldn't call.
I feel mine.
I feel like his count.
Hey, I'm
But that was solid. That was
trying
solid.
what
Yeah.
I can.
Nah,
You
that
see
was
what I
solid. We might have to talk about that again.
Oop. Now.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
Switcheroo.
I'm gonna give
You gotta give him a
Oh,
card.
I gotta switch it.
this card. I'm gonna give you.
And I'm going to give y'all an Uno out.
Oh. And we're not gonna switch because it doesn't.
We're not looking too hot, man.
No, we're not. Looking quite chilly.
Okay, so it's me now.
Yeah, it's you, bro.
Looking cold.
All right, well now we gotta do. What colors you got?
Don't ask him. He probably does know with him.
Fuck, it's all good, Brody.
Uno.
I knew
Oh,
it was coming.
Episode 4.
Oh,
4
ever
piece.
4 with a
Episode
dub.
4 piece.
But hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now,
Hey.
it doesn't end here. You know, I do want to say on the Wild Card podcast, we like to do something in the field of dance we really don't see as often. You know, as we work with a lot of the greats, we kind of see this pattern of when the acclimates start coming out, the awards start being shown, and they give the speeches. You know, a lot of people get the recognition, and sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes the dancers, we kind of get looked over. And not just with working with artists, but the work that we put in to get at the level to work with the artist, or just to upkeep our talents, our love, our strengths. and just everything in our journey. I don't feel like we need to hit a certain mark to feel that, from our peers or from the work that we've done.
Yeah.
With that being said,
we give y'all platinum records out here.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Dang,
a platinum
somebody named
record
it.
is, when you sell 1 million records in the industry. And I kind of twist it up, and y'all are one in a million. No one is really like y'all when it comes to your talent, when it comes to your dedication, your professionalism, and who y'all are as people.
Mhm.
So one thing I cannot go without, saying and just recognizing is y'all individually, but also as a pair. So thank y'all for coming out, and I hope
yes.
this means something to y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for losing
Because
because we really appreciate
Hey,
that.
look, man,
we're keeping the dubs
Nah,
going.
I don't want to hear any of that.
Hey, come back in 5 years, all on AutoZone, and we'll beat their
Yes.
ass.
AutoZone.
There we go.
Yes.
Well, y'all, this was the episode 4 to the Wild Card Podcast. It's your boy Keith Wilder.
And your boy Anthony Albino.
Already know. Daniel Heim.
Lucas Deming.
And we'll catch y'all on the next episode. Thank you guys so
Wild
much.
card out.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that.
Success!
Yo, this is dope.